Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Backstage with Fred. I am right now at JSNation US. Always exciting to be with my JavaScript folks, my developers who go in the JavaScript world. Always a great time here. And today I am with Michael. Who are you? How are you? Actually, how are you and who are you?
I am well, and I'm Michael Sonier. I'm the general manager of ButterCMS.
And look at this guy having the t-shirt of ButterCMS. I love it. You know, it doesn't look like that because I always wear black t-shirt, but yellow is my color, so I like it. And, you know,
Butter is your love language.
butter is my love language. Great things at the booth. You had popcorns, which I
Yes.
think fits with the brand, but it was salty, buttery.
Yeah,
it is
smooth.
how you should
Yeah.
have popcorn. So, ButterCMS, what it is?
ButterCMS, besides giving out great T-shirts and having a great brand that is butter, ButterCMS is a headless CMS, but I don't like to say headless CMS. What I like to say is a API-first, modern approach to content management. So giving developer teams and marketer teams the flexibility, speed, and control to manage content, publish content across any digital channel.
Yeah, that's good. And when we say headless CMS or API first, it means that you decouple basically the back end from the front end.
Right.
And how is it working? So Butter manage the back end, and the developer, they have access to an API, as you said.
Yep. Yeah, I think of it as, in the old world of content, it was quote unquote monolithic, where your front end presentation to the internet and the front end code was tightly coupled to where you manage that content. With a headless API approach, you're really separating those concerns, and your presentation of your front end and the code that you choose to write your front end in is very much agnostic to the CMS, the content management system, which is where you manage the content. So a decoupling of concerns, which gives developers and marketers some value add there. And being API first, it creates a lot of capability to integrate content wherever your content may be via that API.
Yeah, and I love that because I'm a developer. So as much as I also like a CMS where you install it, it's working out of the box. As a developer, I like the possibility of doing everything I want because that's a REST API that I call.
Yep.
But with that said, I don't have to do everything myself. You also have SDKs for
Correct.
multiple, I think 29.
Yeah. So the history of Butter was founded by the guy who thought the traditional content management systems were very limited, right? I had to work in WordPress, I had to work in PHP. So it was very much at the foundation of Butter was this developer experience, which is, I want to work in what code, what front end. And as you know, there's always the latest and greatest front end, right? It changed every 3 to 6 months, right?
Never stops.
Never stops. I can't keep up with it. But that is core to what we're trying to do. And I think we do have the most SDKs and knowledge base and starter kits to really support those new front-end frameworks or those old traditional ones that everybody likes to use. So it's really a value proposition that we want to be developer-friendly, write in what you want to write, and we'll provide those SDKs to get you started quickly, because that's one of the values of ButterCMS is get the CMS deployed quickly so we can get those marketers using it quickly.
Yeah, no, that's good. And as we said, because it's API first, even if you don't have an SDK, it's API first.
Yeah.
The developer, no matter the language you're using, you call the API, you're going to receive a JSON in return. And within that JSON, you have the information about the content that was created in ButterCMS that you can use within however you decide to use it. So you don't have to restrain yourself at just building a website or marketing website. You have access to the content. You can use it in your application, whatever you build. Your source of truth become ButterCMS.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, we have some folks who want to start with our SDKs, and that's great. We get them going quickly, but you're not limited by that. You have free reign, free control if you want to go your own way. So choose your adventure.
Yeah, I like that. And my audience is mostly developers, but when we talk about CMS, often it's because there is usually non-technical people that will create the content. And how Butter is working on that side, is it complicated because it's API first, or is it still easy to use for someone that is maybe less technical but still want to create content?
Great question. I think is a little bit of branding. We say API first, we say headless, but all of that stuff is the technical terms to really get to the core value proposition. Is once we get it deployed and once we work through all those technical things, the day-to-day aspect of Butter is about a non-technical user having a great tool set that doesn't need to be technical to manage content. So, we want to get the developer excited to be able to go deploy Butter quickly, and then hand over the reins to that marketer.
Yeah.
And every developer's like, wait a minute. Even just today, talking to a guy who stopped by the booth, it's like, ooh, my marketing person doesn't have to call me, or oh, she'll love that, right? She'll love that. And we want to I guess create that great relationship between the developer and the content person or the marketer, is that they're empowered to make those changes. And we want developers doing what they want to do best, which is build cool things and not have to update a website to change a comma. Like we don't want that, right?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I appreciate it. And you tell me if I'm wrong, but also what I've seen is that this is not an opinionated platform in the sense that, like, when I want to create a page, it's not predefined. Like, I can define the schema, like what should be in the page that I want to create, what should be in the things that I want to deploy, the information I want to add to ButterCMS. So from my point of view, that's highly customizable.
Correct. That's a great call out. Like, oftentimes people come to Butter and enjoy using Butter because they're coming from something that's templated and too structured, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you have access to build your own data schema, create that page as you want it, and those then become building blocks, or those pages become building blocks.
Yeah.
So, we don't want to limit folks in terms of templates or rigidity, because that is the value. We want to enable you to build those schemas quickly and be able to edit those schemas quickly, so you have ultimate flexibility and speed. So spot on, like, whenever we talk to someone who's on an e-commerce system or an old CMS, it's like, well, I have to paint within this box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to give the developers to be creative and create those schemas, and marketers to be able to work with outside the box. I know that's cliche.
Yeah.
I'm going with it.
That's good. That's perfect. Okay, sounds good to me. So thanks for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you. And folks, see you at the next episode.